Sim Update 13 Beta has had another massive update this week, and it's starting to take shape before its release. We'll cover all the highlights of this Sim Update 13 Beta update, including this week's big announcements and release news, so let's jump into the video. We are kicking off this week's previews and announcements with FS Academy. This is the team that's known for tutorial mission packs such as VFR and IFR training and cross-country navigation, just to mention a few. The team have just announced their next addition to the series, which is called Commander. Commander focuses on emergency procedures, where you are taught how to handle these sorts of procedures during different things such as system failures or very hazard weather and more. 12 missions are included across many different types of aircraft and scenarios. Commander will provide you with the knowledge on how to handle these tough situations, like when your engine is out or when your landing gear is jammed. The mission packs are designed and developed by a real-world aviation captain, and they are at a high standard that we've known from their previous releases. There's no release date for Commander at this stage, but we're expecting it to release very, very soon. Commander will be available when it releases on Xbox and in-sim marketplace store and through multiple vendors for PC as well. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out their website. This week, Flight Replica announced their in-development Spitfire Mk1 Alpha is nearly complete and should be out for testing sometime next week. The team showcased some screenshots of the Spitfire, which gave us a chance to gauge the level of quality from their previous announcements and previews. We haven't seen just yet any expected featured list from the Spitfire, but what we do know is that the Spitfire sound set will be from the Reno 51 sound set from the Microsoft Reno expansion pack, and it won't be a custom one from the Spitfire Mk1. Flight Replica will be the third developer to release a type of Spitfire in the sim, with Flying Iron and Aeroplane Heaven releasing theirs already. Just Flight have been busy updating their development pages. Last week it was the Avro Vulcan. This week is the Black Square new suite of products that are in development, including the TBM 850, the Turbine Duke, and also the Piston Duke. The feature systems list for these aircraft is very long and too detailed to be included in this video. That being said, knowing Black Square product releases, we are expecting a very detailed aircraft inside and out. We should expect to see detailed manuals of each aircraft, detailed electrical systems, detailed autopilot, crew pilot and oxygen systems, cabin environment controls, state saving for many of the knobs and switches, detailed 3D gauges, which will all be custom coded. It is known for its failures, and we expect to see the Black Square fail system in each aircraft that allows persistent wear, which makes the aircraft feel alive. We will cover these aircraft in more detail from Black Square as the releases are closer. If you want to check out the full detailed list of each individual aircraft, I'll leave a link in the description, and you can jump over to the Just Flight development page. Heat Blur this week has updated us on their Facebook page about the development of the F-14 Tomcat. The team have been in partnership with India Fox Echo to bring the aircraft to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Heat Blur's F-14 Tomcat has been a very well received aircraft over on the DCS platform, and now it's making its way to Microsoft Flight Simulator. The team mentions that the F-14 is on its final approach, and the alpha testing started last month, and the India Fox Echo team have been involved with that. Heat Blur mentions there have been some unique challenges porting the aircraft over from DCS to Microsoft Flight Simulator, but the India Fox Echo team have done a great job at doing this. Some of the extra additions we will see in the Microsoft version, such as new artwork, boarding ladders, and new intake covers, will make its way over to the DCS version too. There is still no ETA when we'll see the F-14 in the sim. From the sounds of it from Heat Blur, we will not need to wait very long at all. Got Friends this week released a teaser video of the in-development Wildcat. The team mentioned that the Wildcat is in pre-alpha, and from a quick look at the teaser video, we can see the great level of detail inside and out the team is striving for. There's no ETA when we'll see the Wildcat. From the looks of the teaser, the development is fairly way along, and hopefully we'll see it before the end of the year. As always, we will keep you posted on any more news from Got Friends, and including this pending release. If you are enjoying keeping up to date with all the development news, please consider subscribing to the channel. It costs no money, and it helps to grow the channel and spread the word of flight simulation around the globe to more people. If you're already subscribed, hit that like button, as that helps just as much, and thank you very much. Before we jump into this week's video, I want to thank SoFly for sponsoring this video. SoFly offer a number of products for Microsoft Flight Simulator, catering to new pilots for the sim and all the way to very experienced pilots. As a flight sim content creator, my favorite SoFly product is Weather Presets Pro, which comes in really handy when the weather is not behaving itself and you can change the weather to be more dramatic or even to a perfect day. Other products I like to use is Landing Challenge Pro, Flight Simulator Guide, which is the manual to Microsoft Flight Simulator, the one that should have been, Storms for pilots who want to chase some of the biggest storms in the world's history. I will leave a link in the description below or where you can go and check out SoFly products, and I would like to thank SoFly for sponsoring this video. Kicking off this week's release news, and AnyBuild's been releasing some great airports in 2023, and this next release is no exception. This time around the team has released one of the biggest hubs in the Pacific, which is Honolulu Airport. The airport opened in 1927 and is also a joint military and commercial airport. It's also a hub for many airlines crossing the Pacific and a hub for many airlines that are based there, including Hawaiian Air, Aloha Air, Mokulele Airlines, just to mention a few. The Reef runway was even a designated and an alternative runway for the space shuttle. AnyBuild's features, including with the release, is a up-to-date layout reflecting current real-world conditions of the airport, detailed buildings and objects, handcrafted textures, accurate high-quality points of interest locally, true-to-life recreation of the airport landside with custom ground decals, street signs, vegetation, parking barriers and more. There's also official GSX profile, accurate and detailed airport lighting, detailed modeling of the internal interiors throughout most of the airport. The airport also comes with AnyBuild's custom feature set where you can switch things on and off to improve the airport performance if needed. AnyBuild's mentioned that 10% of the first month's sales will be donated to the Maui relief effort, and you can pick up your copy of the Honolulu Airport from AnyBuild's directly through their website. I'll leave a link in the description below. We missed this in our last week's news update, but Vitaria have released their F7 F3 Tigercat for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The Tigercat was Grumman's first twin-engine fighter, which was requested from the Navy at the time as they needed a twin-engine fighter for their midway class of aircraft carriers. The aircraft was ordered in large quantities, and it was the first aircraft to incorporate a tricycle landing gear to be used on an aircraft carrier. Vitaria has included 3 variants with this release, and features that are worth highlighting includes folding wings, PBR textures used throughout, a wise soundset, detailed cockpit with animations, retractable crew steps, glass rain effects, animated cow flaps with tailhook, 3 unique flight models for all the different variants. You can pick up your copy of Vitaria's Tigercat directly from the Sim Marketplace store. I'll leave a link in the description below. In another release for the week, a big one for Boeing fans, Driz Weki Designs, hopefully I said that correctly, have released their Paine Field Airport. Paine Field is the home of Boeing factory, which holds the world's largest building by volume. This is a primary location for Boeing's wide-body aircraft such as the 777 and the 787. Paine Field has 2 runways which service both airliners and GA aircraft. There's even 400 plus GA hangars at the field, so you have a wide mixture of aircraft flying in and out. Features include with the release is high quality model of the field with the updated version and extensive detail used throughout the whole airport. FPS friendly design, detailed night textures and dynamic lighting. The Boeing factory with an animated 777X assembly line, custom animated people and vehicles throughout, performance friendly interiors such as terminal buildings, hangars and control towers, custom animated jetways with custom sounds compatible with GSX, and you can pick up your copy of Driz Weki Designs Paine Field from the Sim Marketplace. Links in the description below. Moving on to this week's Sim Update news. Sim Update 13 Beta this week received a large update. Version 1.34.13.0 is now live for simmers who want to jump into the beta. Highlights of this beta update includes memory and stability improvements, menu and VFR map bug fixes to the rope flyer, the Boeing 787 and the 747, multiple airport fixes around the globe, and all the world update fixes for world update 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12 and 13. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out the full change log for Sim Update 13 for the latest beta, but it's sure shaping up for a good release in sometime late September. In this week's backlog list regarding marketplace releases, we've seen another total of increases all the way up to 419, which is 14 up from last week. Aircraft are gone up by 14, which are now sitting at 80 on the backlog list. Missions are up by 2, seniorities are holding steady at 87, liveries are down by 6, airports are up by 12, and others are down by 4. Hopefully we'll see some products come through in some larger numbers than what we've seen recently. There's no word from the Microsoft team about the large increase we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully things will move very, very soon. Speaking of this week's marketplace, we've seen 11 new products to hit the marketplace shelf. 2 aircraft this week. One being a double ender from Pixar Planes, which makes 2 double enders in the sim. The other one being from Gotfriends, which is a bit more of the detail side of things. The other release was the Boeing 797-900 from Four Simmers as well. As always, please do your own research when it comes to purchasing on the marketplace. Just because it's on the marketplace doesn't mean it's going to be the quality you are expecting. Other releases for the week is made up of 1 environment pack, 1 mission pack release, 1 livery pack, and 5 airports. If you missed out subscribing to the channel before, why not now? This helps spread the word about flight simulation to more people around the globe, and it's free to do it. We look forward to reading your comments in the description below what you liked about what was in today's video, and we'll see you on the next one very, very soon.